So like that, it's this openness that's our true nature. You just remain open. Just like the empty space, it's just open. It's open, and it'll accept if I drop a new chair in there, or if I put a new table, or if I get rid of my daughter's Barbie house, some right there. It's open to any of that. It's not arguing. There's no resistance. It allows the objects to come and go. It has no preferences, this style over that style. And that it's that openness that actually is the possibility, it's the potential of this space. Without the empty space, there's no potential for what this room could look like. Right? That's why if you were to walk into like a new house, you see the empty space. You see there's potential for the home. Because you're looking at the empty space. Right? If you walked into a new home, your eyes don't go to the objects. Maybe it's like some, someone that's just really messy and there's just crap everywhere. And like the home is just not taken care of. But to like be an investor or someone that's moving in, they're not looking at all the garbage left from the renters. What they're looking at is the space. They're looking at the openness. And then they say something like, there's a lot of potential in this home. There's so many possibilities for this space. And like that, when you come to realize yourself and you start experiencing yourself as the infinite, open, empty space of awareness, then like that, you have all of the potential. We'll tie in Luke's back, so we'll tie in a little bit of creativity. That's actually where the creativity is coming from. It's that openness, that emptiness. It's remaining open and empty. You're empty of the past, so you're not going based off of everything else that you used to do. You're not going based off of society and saying, here's what I should do. Here's what people told me to. No, that's why it's fresh. It's not coming from the past. It's very fresh. It's different. That's why a lot of the creative people, they're very like rebellious. It's different. It's edgy. It's different. It's going against the grain. It's something that's brand new that hasn't been seen before. Well, where is it coming from? Well, it's definitely not coming from the past, because that's just a pattern. That's where they're repeating. It's coming from conditioning. So what it's coming from, this empty space, which is unconditioned. So like that, something brand new is born. And it always feels like, to the creator, or like the musician, the artist, the painter, the sculptor, the gardener, like any of these creative activities, it's like, I don't know where that came from. It just came. In a lot of ways, it's this feeling, not that I would know, but it's this feeling of like pregnancy, that there's this idea that's just that wants to be birthed, that just wants to come through. And the body mind it's like a tool, or it's like a vehicle. It just comes through that body mind. Could be as simple as just making dinner, but it's like you do it in a creative way. And it's well, like I was talking with Akansha at the start, it's very spontaneous. It's like you don't go off of a recipe. You're not going off of a recipe and you sit down on your computer, on your phone, and you go through the recipe, and you go to the grocery store and you get the ingredients. It's more of like, you open up the fridge and it's like, let's grab this, and let's just see if I can make something out of these ingredients. And it's like you're cooking on the fly. It feels very much like improv. It's so you don't know what the next thing that you're going to be doing. It's not like premeditated, it's not pre-planned. And it's definitely not a repeat of like yesterday's dinner or like last week's dinner. It's always fresh. So that's where, like, when you're living as our true nature, this creativity is flowing in every moment. And it shows up basically in ordinary ways. Like, it's not like you need to be acknowledged as like the next like Einstein or like Steve Jobs or something like that. We're talking like basic stuff. But you have this creative freedom in these ordinary tasks. And with the creativity, there's always the experience of happiness, love, peace, and freedom. And when you are experiencing that creativity, you're never experiencing yourself as a person. You're just experiencing the creativity. That's where people say, like, you lose yourself in the music. It's like a line from a song. But in a way you do, you lose who you think you are in the music. You get so caught up in the music, so caught up in the creative process, that there's just the creative process. There's actually not you as a person, as the creator, and there's not even the creation as the final product, the final thing. You're not looking, you're not referencing the past, which is who you think you are, and you're not referencing the future, which is what you're going to be creating. There's literally just the creativity, which is this present moment. And it's in just very ordinary things. It'll just come out in the way you speak to people, it'll come out in your cooking and driving a different way to work, going for a walk. It's very much like, it's like I say sometimes in the videos, it's hard to talk about one thing without talking about another thing. If you're going to talk about creativity, well, we might as well talk about love, because it's this love. Like, it's like it feels like you're in love with what you're doing, what you're creating. There's a love for cooking, or there's a love for gardening, or there's a love for knitting, whatever that creative outlet is. And that's what it is. Seeing that it's an expression. Whatever you're creating, whether it be a business, a baby, a home, a meal, whatever it is, it's always coming from this place of love. It's coming from this place of sharing, expressing. It's not coming from a place of, I need this, I lack this. It's coming from the fullness of love. It's because you're so full, it's like you're impregnated with this potential, that then it's, let me outpour. It feels like it's like I just have to get this done, whether it's painting or doing some photography or sewing. It just feels like there's just something in you that's so alive that just needs to come out. And then this body mind is literally like a tool for that. It's just another expression of it.